Hi everyone, I'm Hayden, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Legacy Evolution Core Class Sludge and Slug. These two are the first in a line of Core Class Dinobots, which will combine into Volcanicus. So like my Stunticon reviews, this will be an ongoing series. First we're going to look at Sludge. Now I'm pretty sure this is probably the worst robot mode I've ever seen. His proportions are completely wrong. His arms are so far away from his body, and his legs don't even look like legs. This black part, which is meant to be his thighs, is a complete fake, put there to give the illusion of normal legs, and it's not a really good looking robot. Also, I just noticed this now, he's missing an Autobot logo on his chest. Despite most of this robot being a mess, the head sculpt is really great. Despite how small it is, there's a ton of detail. But that's really the only part that looks good. For articulation, you get arms with no elbows, a really high up waist swivel, and the legs have knees, but again, the legs just look weird. And that's pretty much the same for all of the Dinobots, except for one of them. So this is the only time we'll be mentioning the articulation, because they're pretty much all the same. Sludge sadly does not come with any accessories, but in the packaging, his dinosaur head was detached, and the way it's packaged kind of implies that it's an accessory, which is strange. But yeah, no accessories, which is really lame. Now let's take a look at Slug. Slug's robot mode is also a mess, but for different reasons. For one thing, his head is attached to the dino head. It still has as much detail as Sludge's, but it feels lessened by the fact that it's attached to a piece of alt mode kibble. His legs are also really long, especially compared to his stumpy arms. For accessories, Slug comes with this thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's made of the head and chest of the combiner, but combined into a gun, and you can hold it, and it becomes the tail of the dinosaur mode. The transformation is really simple and pretty fun to do. His arms and legs just fold up and his head unfolds from the back and it's done. And this dinosaur mode looks so silly. It's definitely a lot nicer than the robot, but the proportions are still weird. It's like he shrinks the closer you get to the front. You really start to notice the detail though in this mode. In comparison, Slug's dinosaur mode just kind of looks weird. It looks a bit too high up, like there's a lot of empty space underneath. But what I do like is that it is one of the only ones that can open its mouth. And this one actually has articulated legs, unlike Sludge. Now let's take a look at their third modes. Now this doesn't really look like anything, but that's why we have Slug. And now that they're both combined, you can very clearly see this is the torso of a big robot. There isn't really a lot to say about it other than it would look pretty cool with some limbs. And that's Sludge and Slug, two decent little dino guys with weird robot modes. I'm really excited to see how the rest of these guys work. At the time of writing this, I have all of them except for Snarl, so stay tuned for the rest of my Dinobot reviews. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the review, please leave a like and subscribe. Also comment what you think I should review in the future.